Hi everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel of Think Me Study Abroad. In this video, I am going to explain the complete list of documents that you should have in hand before applying to a German public university. So without much introduction, let's get into the video. If you are planning to study in your dream university in Germany, then you should carefully prepare and arrange your documents because German universities are very selective and you will get only one chance to submit your application. This means that after you submit your application, you cannot make any changes to it. And they require a lot of documents from your side to completely evaluate your eligibility for the program. So make sure that you have all the documents as per the university requirements and in the format that they require. So here I am going to tell you the list of documents that you should have when applying for a public university in Germany. First, passport. I know this goes without saying. So in order to prove your identity, you should have a valid passport. But there are certain things to take care of here, that you should make sure that all the information given in your passport is correct, like your first name, surname, date of birth, address, etc. Because from here onwards, all the further communication will be based on the details given in your passport, like even when you're applying for university admission or for visa submission and even for the flight booking, all the information given in your passport will be used for this. So this is the right time to make any changes if there is anything wrong in your passport. Second, education documents. Starting from 10th, all the education documents till your recent qualification or highest qualification should be submitted along with your application. And to be specific, your 10th certificate, 12th certificate, and for the degree documents, you should have your main degree certificate, sem-wise mark sheets and consolidated mark sheet if you have that. Here you should note one thing, that your main degree certificate is not sufficient. You should also submit your individual or sem-wise mark sheets and consolidated mark sheet. German universities specifically emphasize on the sem-wise mark sheets because they check your eligibility for a program based on the subjects that you have already studied and the credits that you have earned for each of the subjects. So main degree certificate is not sufficient to assess your eligibility in this case. So that is why I am saying that you should submit the main certificate along with the sem-wise and consolidated mark sheets. So some universities also ask you to submit official transcripts issued by the university. In that case, you have to collect it from the universities where you have studied in India. And if you have done a post-graduation, then you have to submit again the similar documents like the main degree certificate, sem-wise mark sheets and consolidated if you have that. Third, resume. When you are preparing the resume, make sure that every detail is clearly mentioned and it is chronologically ordered. So in this way, it will be easy to understand your profile in full with just one resume. Keep in mind that it should highlight all your academic achievements like publications you have done, certification courses that you have completed and internships that you have done, etc. It is also good to include your passport size photo with the resume. I know that many students underestimate the importance of a resume, but what you should know is that submitting a professional resume with complete details in order will definitely create a positive impression about you, so don't ignore submitting your resume. 4. LORs or letter of recommendations. This is a common requirement of many universities. You are supposed to submit 1, 2 or 3 LORs depending on the university requirements. If you are submitting an LOR based on your work experience, you can get it from your team lead or manager or whoever is in an authorized position to recommend you. The main purpose of an LOR is to understand you as an applicant and how well you performed in your education or previous job role. So basically, the LOR should explain what you performed and how well you performed as a student or an employee. There is a format for LOR, so before going for the LOR, make sure that you have the format in hand. 5th, MOI or Medium of Instruction Certificate. There are some universities which require only MOI or Medium of Instruction Certificate to assess your English language proficiency. So in that case, you can submit an MOI issued by your university. Since IELTS became a compulsory requirement now, most of the universities have ruled out this document, but you can still submit one if you have an MOI with you. 6. Statement of Purpose or Motivation Letter or SOP. This is a document that you should prepare carefully, and this document should clearly explain why you are an eligible candidate for the program that you are applying for. It should also explain in detail your education background, your work experience if you have any, and achievements, other academic activities like publications, certification courses that you have done, internships, etc. You should also include your future goals, passion, etc. in this document. Most importantly, you should explain why you are interested in studying this particular program and how it is going to help you. And generally, it is advisable to write a 2-page SOP. More or less is not recommended here. 7th, work experience certificates. If you have work experience, then you should submit relevant proof for this. For example, you can submit your work experience certificate, and if you are still working, you can either submit an offer letter or an employment certificate that clearly mentions your job role and responsibilities. 8. Gap justification documents. Apart from work experience and education, if you have had any gaps like for medical treatment or preparing for competitive exams or anything which is more than 1 year, then it is better to give a proper justification in your SOP. It is also good if you can submit relevant proof for this. But when you're applying for a university, you need to only explain this in your SOP. But when you're applying for a visa, it is always good to submit the relevant proof. 9. English proficiency scores. IELTS or TOEFL or any English language proficiency test is a mandatory requirement now. So you are required to submit an IELTS or TOEFL scorecard along with your application. So make sure that you have a valid and required score, because these tests are only valid for 2 years. 10th, aptitude test scores. Some public universities require you to have aptitude tests like GRE or GMAT or GATE. So in this case, you check with the university requirements, and if it is a mandatory requirements, you should have a valid score. So generally, GRE or GMAT is valid for 3 years, and for GATE it is normally 3 years, but there are some universities like public universities in Germany which accept GATE score even if it is 10 years older. 11. Certification course or internship certificate. If you have done any internship or certification course like from Coursera, Udemy, etc., then you can submit these documents or certificates along with your application. This is an added benefit to show your passion for the particular field in which you have done the internship or certification course. There are some public universities which consider these achievements while evaluating your profile, and you will get points for this. So it is good if you can do some kind of internship or certification course in your field. Now I have covered the general list of documents required for applying to a German public university, and apart from this, there are some other additional documents which are requested by some universities, which I am going to mention now. First, thesis or project summary. Some universities ask for thesis or project work that you have completed in your bachelor degree. This is to understand your research skills and your academic interest in your field. You can submit your publications also here. In Germany, generally bachelor students end their studies with a thesis work in their field, but in India it is not common. So instead of that, you can submit an abstract of the project work that you have done or an abstract of the seminar that you have presented. Second, no backlog certificate. No backlog certificate is rarely asked by very few universities in Germany. This is to check whether you have completed all the exams in your first attempt itself or not. And this is something that you can collect from the previous university that you have studied. So check with the German university whether this is required or not. Third, syllabus. It is good if you can submit the course syllabus along with the application, because it will contain all the modules covered in each subject in detail. And German universities thoroughly check for the subjects that you have already studied in order to assess your eligibility for a particular master program. So it is good if you can submit the course syllabus, because then they can easily assess your subject relevancy. Fourth, certificate issued by the university with current GPA and course completion certificate. This is applicable for students who are currently doing their last semester or studying in their final year. Because you have not completed your studies, if you have to apply to a master program in Germany, then you should obtain the certificate from the university which clearly mentions your current GPA and the course completion date. Please note that this is not accepted by all of the universities. So if it is accepted, then you are supposed to collect the certificate from the university. Now I have explained the complete list of documents required for applying to German public universities. Keep in mind that some universities require you to notarize the documents before submitting the application. So always check with the university website for the requirements and based on that prepare the documents. So thank you for watching the video. If you have any questions or queries, please feel free to comment in the comment section. You can also contact us anytime. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.